what I've noticed is that people are hungry for ritual and ceremony. And there's so few opportunities to have that in our lives in a very unique and intimate way. What I like about this process the most is that I have an opportunity to bring a piece of art forward that actually is a way to invite people that otherwise wouldn't be ready to do a community ceremony or ritual into sitting in a circle and meditating on their prayers and promises and hopes for a brand new child. Children are surrounded by all these manufactured objects, and manufactured objects lead to manufactured thinking. Whereas creating an object that is completely unique and designed for the child from all these elements from the community gives the child a whole new set of palettes and elements and objects and shapes and forms and sizes and things that help their brain kind of expand into new ways. It's a way to bring the power of the community and ceremony back into a child's upbringing. I make these because I love to weave all these different elements from different people together and to see the wonder in people's eyes, and especially in the baby's eyes, when they're looking at this thing that just doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet. It's never been done before, never going to be done again. Every single element is its own element. It's irreproducible. This is the baby blessing community constellation ceremony, the artifact of that ceremony. And seeing that there's this missing piece that people are looking for, which is how do we deeply connect with each other? And how do we also create something that a child or a human being can grow up with a real piece of fine art for their entire life? What I really love about this is that it's not just a piece of art. It's an artifact of a community ritual, of a ceremony. A community isn't just a bunch of individuals. It's a mixture of all these different relationships and interrelationships. And I get to see people excited about what manifested, what was able to come together, what was unexpected. It's fascinating when children see these for the first time. And they're seeing it from a totally different perspective than everybody else. Most people, when they look at a mobile, a piece of art, we're standing up. We're looking at it face forward. But these are designed to also be enjoyable laying down and looking straight up the same way you would look up at the stars. But the child is actually looking up and seeing a completely different constellation. And the child's perspective and awareness of the piece is actually going to shift as it grows older. It's lovely for the family to come in and see their element, see their piece, and know that in that alchemical way, they are always present in the child's life. Because we can't always be with the people that we love. We can't always be around each other all the time, and children grow so fast. But this is a way of really anchoring that relationship and planting a seed in that relationship and going like, no, I was there from the very beginning. Like, that's the piece I contributed. So it becomes a talking piece. It becomes something to discuss and to create a conversation between the child and its extended family. There's a deep philosophy behind these pieces. The inspiration for that deep philosophy was Alexander Calder. You can't make a mobile without acknowledging that he's the grandfather of mobiles. Most art is on a wall and it's right there and you just look at it. And when I discovered Alexander Calder, I looked up and I noticed that every time I looked up, I went, and I would kind of take a breath. Go, so art that's up forces us to take a breath and expand our chest and open ourselves up into the space. That's where I learned the kind of alchemical properties of mobiles. That because they are existing in volume, because they're moving, because they're being touched by the wind, when we see them, we become aware of our own volume. We become aware of the space that we're in. We become aware of our own breath. We become aware of the wind in the room, the energy in the room, and they respond to the energy in the room.